Hi, mamas and friends. It's Sarah from Late Night Coffee Moms. Oh, you guys are too far away. Let me move you closer. And it's Tuesday, and it's normally to-do list Tuesday, but now our Tuesdays will be focusing on how we're doing with our 90-day challenge. So while you guys are popping on, I am going to check it out. Check out my ginormous French press. I love this thing. Look, it's as big as my face. So tonight I'm going to be drinking hi Eunice, I'm going to be drinking all this coffee because once I'm done with you guys, I'm going to be playing a video game with my kids. And then I'm going to be watching a webinar on how to handle your taxes if you've been like a homeschool tutor or a writer or a blogger, anything like that. There's special things you have to know to do your taxes, because it's not just your family, it's a business, but it's like an independent business and all that kind of stuff. And even though that sounds like it's going to be boring, I bet I'm going to have fun because I like things like that. I like information and I like learning new things. So I bet I'm going to have fun, even though it's a webinar about taxes. Oh, that's so much better. It's so warm. It's cold out here. I know it's funny because I'm saying it's cold and all the other people out there are laughing at me because it's so not cold. Hey, Jenny. So I've got my coffee. I wish I ran out of my Abide, what was it called? The Dark Side blend. I could really use some. I'm gonna have to buy some soon. So, how many of you guys jumped in on Monday and started the 90 days through the New Testament? My family did. It feels like it's freezing, doesn't it, Jenny? My family did. We've got my little chart here. Oh, I haven't added a sticker. I'm gonna have to add a sticker because that's how I roll. For day 2, I thought it was going to be a really fast reading, and I guess it actually is a fast reading. But since I'm doing it aloud as part of the morning basket time, it feels like it's taking longer. I don't know. I think that's just my flesh trying to avoid it. I don't know. But I know today for us was Matthew 3 and Matthew 2 and 3, I think, and Romans, 3, I think. Anyway, but every time I read God's word, something else pops out to me. And when I'm reading like an account or story in the Bible, sometimes it's really easy for me to just kind of glaze over the actual story because I've heard it for so long. I mean, I was raised in the church, so went to Sunday school, went to Wednesday night Bible class, went to VBS. I've since grown up and taught all those things. So all of these stories, especially the Old Testament stories, feel old hat to me, kind of, right? So you can kind of read it over and just go, yeah, I know this. And you miss the details and you miss what's really going on. So I really am enjoying chopping up the gospel and then reading an epistle because it's amazing. I know this sounds silly, but it's amazing how connected they are when you're reading them that way. When you're reading because we're reading, the lineage of Jesus and about Herod and about the wise men in Matthew, and then you're flipping to Romans and he's discussing the difference between Jews and Gentiles and keeping the law and why we keep the law because we are judged, not judged. What was the word he used? And maybe it's judged because we're keeping the law of faith. That is why we try to keep the law of the Old Testament as well, because it's I don't know. I'm trying to remember how he said it, but it's like a marker of our faith. We do it because we have faith, not because we have to. And I don't know. It's really neat because they're talking about, Jewish custom over here, and then he's talking about it over here too, but in complete contrast of before and after Jesus. So the law versus grace versus faith versus the laws that humans put on each other to prove that we're right and that we're the ones who are going to make it, and and the laws that God actually puts on us. It's all about your heart. It's all about your belief, and nobody knows that. Nobody. Not your children, not your spouse, sometimes even ourselves. We can question. We don't know that. Only God knows. Only God knows your heart. So that was really neat. I hope you guys keep up the 90-day challenge. It's neat to know that there's people out there doing it alongside of us. It's really neat to sit and think for a moment of all those Bibles flapping open to almost the same section at the same time. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I really like knowing that there's brothers and sisters out there who are in this with me. In fact, I'm kind of weird that way when I'm singing hymns with my kids. I imagine the throngs of angels that are singing alongside of me because they're happy that I'm singing too. I don't know. I think maybe I just pretend that so that I don't have to hear my own voice. So this week we're definitely going to keep up on the 90-day challenge. What else are we doing this week? Oh, the taxes, getting all my taxes ready for, I know it's kind of early, but I like to get a jump start on it. For, the upcoming tax season. I'm also in the middle of totally emptying my bookshelves because I've got new ones waiting for me and I need to empty these. And that means parting with books. I hate parting with books. Oh my goodness. But there are some that I've had for years that I thought I was going to read and I never have. So I'm going to donate those somewhere. I've got homeschool curriculum that I'm not going to be using anymore. Some of it's unopened. That just hurts my heart so much. I hate giving away or selling old curriculum. I don't know why. I think it's a fear-based thing. Anybody else have a problem giving away books or homeschool curriculum? It's weird. It's like I'm thinking to myself, oh, my kids might need it someday, but isn't God good enough to provide for them without me hoarding it? Yeah, I think so. So I don't know. It's really hard to do. Today was a little bit rougher of a day emotionally for our family. As it will be with, what's happening in our life, the tidal wave of emotion is finally hitting. Like people are finally realizing what the recent situations are going to cost us, especially my kids. And so we've had some sadness today. And so my other job for this week is to create moments of fun, not as a distraction, because it's good to face the sad. It's good to face what's happening. It's good to talk out the anger and the confusion, but creating moments of fun so they can remember life isn't always the pain. It isn't always the anger. It isn't always the confusion. It isn't always the hurt. That God has good things coming and we can still be happy in the middle of the hard things of life. So that's why we're going to be playing a video game. My kids, both of them, are going to be playing video games with me tonight for about 30 minutes once we're done here. We found, I've talked to you guys about our video game obsession. It's probably more my obsession. But I like video games where you have to think a little bit more. So we're playing one tonight together called Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek because we beat the first one. So now we're going to go try to beat the second one. And while we're doing that, I'm hoping we just have some moments of like letting go without all the worry. So yeah, that's about it for me for this week. I have my tax webinar coming up in about an hour or so. I've got a video game with my kids. I've got a bookshelf to clean off. Well, it's like 3 bookshelves. So if I want to count them all, it's a lot. Yes, there's just piles of boxes over there that I keep looking at with sadness. And over here is my giveaway box, and it's like this big. And over here is my sell box, and it's like this big. And that whole side of the room is boxes of books. Oh, I have a problem. But hey, so cleaning the bookshelves, doing the 90-day challenge, taking the tax webinar, and finding moments of joy. That's going to be my big goal for this week in everything I do. Hey, I'm going to be finding joy in taxes and in giving away books. Oh, I didn't realize those. Those are both really hard things for me. Awesome. What kind of things do you guys find joy in? Or how do you take a stressful situation in your family, or even your children are going through it? How do you find, because sometimes, at least in my house, when this big moments of stress happen, sometimes we all want to just go off into our own little cubby holes. And that's okay for a time, but we have to come back together or we'll have this disconnect. And that can sometimes lead to blaming each other or snapping. Hi, Katie. So how do you guys deal with stress in your family? How do you keep your family a family together? People who cry and laugh and argue and praise together and pray together. What's your favorite way of bringing people together when it's been hard? For us this week, it's going to be video games and probably chocolate. All right, guys, that's all for me tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm hoping to do a late night write. So I'll see you guys. Let's see, that'll start at 10:30 here. Post in the comments. I'm serious. I need some suggestions on how to keep my family looking for the good. And I'm sure there's other people out there that could use it too. I love you guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.